Our first one is for the Get It Done employee, and our first employee is Carol Hollis from the courts. Carol, if you'll come up. I just want you to know what Carol's certificate says. It says, for always providing colleagues accurate information on various court processes and elements, acting as liaison for other municipalities needing practical assistance and information, and creating a case management system review of duplicate parking tickets, which reduces the amount of effort necessary to conduct accounts receivable report reviews and refines the process of completing our annual report to court administration. Thank you for your work, Carol.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to switch to OMB, and if I could have Christina Junker come forward.
Go ahead, Norm.
And Christina's certificate reads, for providing ongoing support to the Compensation Division of Human Resources throughout the year, but especially in the absence of our compensation manager, assisting in the transition of the payroll account position, and creating a new process for verifying the accuracy of payroll calculations. She makes herself available and routinely provides assistance to others outside the scope of her direct responsibilities. Thank you, Christina. Next, I'd like to ask Wayne Lefwich from Economic Development to come forward. And Wayne's certificate reads, for his instrumental role in obtaining and managing a $1.8 million federal grant to improve the connections between affordable housing, transportation, employments, and parks. Despite his already healthy workload, Wayne accepted the challenge of implementing the grant while working on his normal job responsibilities. No matter how many additional tasks Wayne is asked to complete, he always completes them with a can-do smile and an attitude of exceptional quality. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. And next, I'd like Howie Lewis to come forward. Howie's certificate reads, for providing exceptional service when the IT division was down 4 positions out of 9. Howie jumped in to ensure we didn't miss a beat. Whether it be working for the support technicians or taking on the role of network administrator, Howie has logged many, many long days keeping the city's infrastructure up and running. He does so without complaining and is the division's go-to guy with regard to technical issues. And I want to add my personal thanks because your division has been great to me. Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Rick Sizemore to come up. Rick's certificate reads...
Who wrote this?
I did. For his dedication and hard work in preparing for the U.S. Pro Cycling Championship, he went above and beyond what was asked of him, assembling bids for tents, stages, sound, fencing, and portalettes, that's important, and communicating with all vendors and the operations team at Medalist. Because of Rick's hard work in the weeks leading up to the event, the Medalist Sports Operations team was able to come into town the week of the event and produce a great event for the city of Greenville. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to have Eugene Unger come forward. Eugene's certificate reads, for being a master problem solver. Eugene remembers everything. We only have to call once, and whatever the problem is, he takes care of it. He's always so helpful and pleasant to work with. He's polite and professional. It means so much to have a wonderful coworker like Eugene working with us. We appreciate everything he does, and he goes out of his way to find solutions for all of our computer problems. Thank you, Eugene. And last in this category, I'd like Cynthia Villardo to come up. Cynthia's certificate reads, for improving the process of responding to Freedom of Information Act requests. When a request for a city document comes in, Ms. Villardo gathers up the information from the appropriate department and, using superb judgment, sends the hot ones to legal for review. She then calculates the fees due, if any, collects the fees, and sends out the requests in a timely fashion. She willingly took on the responsibility in addition to her other duties and responsibilities. Thank you, Cynthia. Our next category is Goodwill Ambassador, and we have two people we'd like to recognize. First, from Municipal Court, I'd like to bring up Jackie Irby Duckett. Come on down.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad. All right.
Jackie's certificate reads, for going out of her way to help find the answer or solve the problem while being genuinely happy to help. Her smile is contagious. She has the
Go ahead, Nora.
She has the unique ability to calm individuals down who have either been to court, missed court, or are subject to jail. Who else can make someone feel good about having to pay a more than $1,000 fine or show up with a positive attitude about going to jail? The fact that she was nominated by 2 departments says it all. Congratulations, Jackie.
There you go. All right, let's take your picture. There you go.
If we could just get Jackie to come out of her shell, I think we'd be okay. And next, I'd like to recognize John Merritt from Economic Development.
All right, John.
John's certificate reads, for embodying the spirit of this award by constantly maintaining a customer focus and taking the initiative to go the extra mile to deliver positive results for our customers. John has always tried to find a solution toward helping a deserving citizen within required guidelines. He approaches his job with an attitude of, let's see how we can make this work. Even in the most potentially negative situations, particularly with homeowners who are initially distrustful, John is able to build solid rapport. Congratulations, John. Our next category is the Life Champion Health category, and we have one nominee, and that is Steve Landreth. Steve, if you will come forward, please. Steve's certificate reads, for overcoming prostate cancer and a pulmonary embolism, and for taking a role as a go-to person by sharing his experiences and guiding others who are facing the same life challenges. With his can-do attitude, he has become a role model to his staff and other departments, bridging relationships within City Hall departments, as well as outside the community. Congratulations, Steve. The next category is for innovation, and here we have some individuals that were nominated and some teams that were nominated. Individually, I'd like Christina Junker to come back to the front. Christina's certificate reads, for her willingness to confront the challenges raised in her audits in a compassionate and supportive manner, using those results to promote positive change to help departments make their operations more secure and efficient. Instead of just documenting problems, Christina actively identifies solutions and works constructively to improve processes. Christina's efforts have protected our assets and built trust within city departments and the community. Thank you. Our next nominee is MJ Simpson, who couldn't be here today because she's out of town, for creativity and resourcefulness in designing and implementing the Grant Tracker application. This innovation allows the city to more accurately track grant acquisition and management, as well as creating a working archive to better prepare future grant applications. Making full use of existing technology, she improved the process and established a system that both saves the city money and brings in additional grant funding. Pass our congratulations along. Our next is a team nomination from the court, and that's Diana Brock and Pam Larson. If you'll come forward, please. Their certificates read, for their work in designing and implementing a process to electronically compile and securely file the daily deposits, restitution refund check requests, and monthly disbursements to comply with retention and reporting requirements. This innovation dramatically reduces the amount of space required for filing, saves printing costs, and improves the ease of access to the information. This innovation saves time, money, and supports the city's sustainability commitment. Thank you both. Our next is a rather large group, so I'm going to give John all the certificates at once. It's Steve Landreth, Brad Rice, Kathleen Kent, and Sandy Templeton from Legal, and I'm going to ask Tanya to come up and accept for them because they're not able to be here today. Joe Smith, Yvonne Simpson, and Wayne Leftwich. And their certificate reads, for superior teamwork and cross-departmental cooperation to acquire and dispose of properties in our special emphasis neighborhoods that contribute to the implementation of master plans, support residential development, public improvements, and parks and green spaces. Despite many challenging cases, the team acquired 14 properties and demolished 54 structures during the last fiscal year. Congratulations to you all. Get up front. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate your cooperation, and you're a wonderful group of people to work with.
It is a pleasure to work with such a fine group of folks. We have a wonderful city that we work for. I think things are getting better. I think we'll have our year-end report where things are stabilizing, the city's getting better. We're moving forward. It's been a pleasure for the last year to work for everyone, and I look forward to a big year next year. I think when you look around the country, everybody's kind of in this somber mood. But here at the city, there's a crane going up and things, and as you do your daily jobs, you understand that the work hadn't stopped. I think Greenville's positioned to be, that crown jewel in our region, and it's much thanks to you guys. The majority of our budget is labor. I mean, at the end of the day, it's people. We're in the people business. Greenville cannot be great unless it's people like you every day going out, touching our citizens, and at the end of the day, making them feel like they've got a good rate of return for their investment. So thank you very much for the work you do. Everybody in this room, hopefully you know that your job's meaningful. We're trying to build a kind of the organization. Athena and I talk about this all the time, where we invest in people and we build a better person. And that means that for your time here, we'll try to do the best we can. But you probably came from someplace and you may be going to someplace else. But what we ask is, while you're here, do the best you can. But at the end of the day, we want to be the kind of organization that helps you get what you need out of life. And so thanks for all that you do. We really do appreciate it. And you got to go back to work. Thank you.
Thank you, John.